count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
Victory, victory, gold on my neck, Mr. T. Victory, victory, zombie gang rapping that NYC. Victory, victory, ice on my neck like I'm Little Weak. We run like a Pericles. It's on earth, but it's where I be.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. Zombie gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already dead. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born. It's dark and dark, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I roll now, no reason look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy does it. In public, hated and love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. Zombie gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already dead.
It was written in the children's story. Their life's up, so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have it thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, Ole Green is the. I'm a player on the late night tip. So see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it. Kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. 3 boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the 3 boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. Zombie gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already dead. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 9 to 6.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Black Knights and the Oakland Raiders. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Barkley. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's a give to Barkley. Muscling free near the 40. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Running left, it's Barkley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Gone! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Detroit!
A handoff, Barkley running left, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit!
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come back, come back. Everyone got 4 down. Come back, come back. Tiger.
On first down, Watson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Watson off play action. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Now Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. A toss play to Hunt. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's at the cornerback position.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Now Watson. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. He spins free. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Hunt, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come back, come back. Tiger.
They'll try the air now with Watson escaping the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll toss it to Hunt. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. on 1st and 10. Watson. It's brought in left side by Tate. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Off of play action, it's Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. Look at the spin. Balance. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tiger. Two jet.
Watson on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to go down again. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Reed. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarter.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. A gain of 3, second down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. They run again with Hunt, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the end zone, Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Third and 2, Watson, and he connects with Ertz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This from 25 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Watson on the sneak. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Boswell's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So out come the Raiders. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Hurry up, here we go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Barkley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, well, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 38 yards on the scamper there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Barkley. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So we'll recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over. With a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go now. Green.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the 2nd-round pick in 2018.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch 16. Watch 16.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll go to Barkley again. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Again, it's Barkley. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And now back out comes the offense. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.